Hi everyone, my name is Tia and I just got back from a used book sale at a church. I absolutely love getting secondhand books. Once you have the book, there's always like that sentimental memory of getting it, and like you always smile when you think about it. I got 13 books for $10. That's just a steal. I feel like I robbed. I feel like I sinned and I stole from a church, but I didn't. I'm genuinely so happy about what I got today that I just wanted to show anyone. So the first one is The Trust Exercise by Susan Choi. I truly know nothing about this novel at all whatsoever. The cover is so bold, I could not leave it there. As captivating and tender as it is surprising, Trust Exercise will entice heated conversations about fiction and truth and about friendships and loyalties, and will leave readers with wiser understandings of the true capacities of adolescents and of the powers and responsibilities of adults. What? That sounds beautiful. It sounds like therapy, you know? Sally Rooney, Beautiful World, Where Are You? Hardcover. I bought this at Bookman's used for $10. I have it sitting on my shelf over there. I haven't read it yet. So if I do end up loving it, I'll give it to like a friend, my mom, or I will donate it to like a little free library if I like it. But come on. Miss Rooney, I couldn't put her down. I've only read Normal People. Oh, I have it. Oh, I have it. Okay. Oh, beautiful cover. Wait, but that's not the one I wanted. Normal People by Sally Rooney was one of the first books last year that I annotated. I tried to color code my annotations with the book cover, and it's beautiful. This surprised me. I actually really liked it. I know Miss Rooney is known for no plot, just vibes, and I loved this book, actually. I thought I didn't, and then I sat with it for a few weeks and I was like, wait, I think I did really, really enjoy it. So I'm hoping that it'll be the same. I've heard some things that Beautiful World, Where Are You is just Rooney like responding to some criticisms about her prior books, but who knows, maybe I like it. And, oh God, it's so beautiful. A hardcover copy of Circe by Madeline Miller. Oh God, you're so beautiful. I need to read you. I have a paperback version, and I tried to listen to the audiobook, but I think because it's Greek mythology, the names were too hard to listen to. I think I need to really sit down and concentrate and read it. So I haven't gone to it, but I've heard some people actually like it more than the Song of Achilles, and I loved the Song of Achilles. I think it deserves all the hype, so I do need to read this, and the fact that it's hardcover, $1, I would not put this down. The Silent Patient. Everyone's heard about this book. Everyone and their grandma has read it already. I have not, because I'm a weenie. I'm really scared of psychological thrillers, anything scary. The last scary movie I watched was Insidious in 6th grade, and that absolutely put me off on anything scary. Oh, just the cover. It's kind of spooky. Mostly because of Holly Jackson's Good Girl's Guide to Murder. That was one of my favorite series that I read last year. I was so pleasantly surprised by how I could tolerate it and enjoy it. So I thought I would dip my toe into other thrillers. And oh God, Transcendent Kingdom. And it's the beautiful cover. Well, I know that the UK cover, I think it's like embossed and green and perfect and beautiful, but this is gold and pink and beautiful, and I've heard so many good things. I have a copy of Homegoing. I have not gone to it. There are some books that have been sitting on my shelf for quite some time that my eyeballs have not touched. There's that saying that buying books and reading books are two totally different hobbies. And I'm absolutely guilty of that. I think I have 150 unread books on my physical TBR. But here I am, adding more books to it, and that's okay with me. Because I'm buying them secondhand, so it feels a little bit different. Oh, okay. This is probably my favorite find of the day. Oh, there's a hair in it. Okay. I recommended this to one of my friends who we go back and forth like recommending our favorite books, and I read this in December and it was one of my favorite 2022 reads. And the audiobook is by Stephen Rowley, the author himself. His voice just making all the characters come to life for me. It was so natural for him. I love when audiobooks have their own author as the narrator. And this is one of my favorite audiobooks I have ever listened to. So the fact that there was a hardcover copy for $1 made my day. It just made my day. It made me, I think I literally gasped out loud when I found it. It made me so happy. Just everything about his tone, his comedic timing. It's about a gay Uncle Patrick. And I was so surprised by how many times it made me like laugh out loud while also having themes of grief in it. Also having children in the story. I feel like sometimes adults don't really do children justice and they kind of treat them like ding-dongs. Whereas this book treated these kids like real human beings, if that makes sense. I just everything about this book was such a 5-star read for me. And just look at that goddamn cover. It is so cute. Oh, I'm so happy that I have this and I own this and it was $1. Okay. Jodi Picoult, Wish You Were Here. I read this last summer 2022, and I know it's quite like a divisive book. A lot of people on Goodreads were like, ick, this book sucks. Like, the concept is really interesting. So it's about this woman, Diana, and you follow her through the COVID pandemic, actually. And her and her hubby, or I think it's her boyfriend, they're supposed to go to the Galapagos Islands for a vacation, but then COVID happens and it gets shut down, and he is a frontline healthcare worker, so he can't go. So she goes to the Galapagos on her own and then gets locked down there. And then there's a plot twist in the middle. If you like books with unlikable characters, I think you can give this a shot. Because you don't like Diana. I think Diana sucks. But I also feel for her at the same time. Like, I think that's what's beautiful about unlikable characters. Diana is such a complex character, and she does a lot of things that you don't agree with and are like inherently selfish, but you also like can see where she's coming from. I was thinking about buying a physical copy because I know a lot of people feel the same way, where if you borrow a book that you really like, it's always nice to have a physical copy on your shelf. I like being surrounded by books that make me happy. The next one I got was Something in the Water. I saw it on Libby, actually, on one of like the popular audiobooks, but there was a long wait line, I think, at my library. And like I said, I've been trying to get more into psychological thrillers and stuff, so I just decided, you know what, I might as well just grab a copy. It was 50 cents. Paperbacks were 50 cents. This was 50 cents. Erin and her husband, Mark, they go on a vacation to Bora Bora, and then, ooh, there's something in the water. Wow, shocker. So, Daisy Jones and the Six. This book changed my life, I think. I think this fundamentally altered my brain chemistry. I've reread it twice now. My first book that I read from TJR was The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I liked that book. But Daisy Jones and the Six, there's like crack inside these pages. The chemistry of all the characters, the cast of characters, how well fleshed out they all are. God, it's just so beautiful. Daisy Jones and the Six is absolutely worth the hype. I think it deserves all the love and more. I will constantly recommend it and rave about it. I have the hardcover I got on eBay for like $7. I was so stoked about it. And the next book, I got obsessed with baseball in the pandemic. Like obsessed. I think it's because I watched that anime Dino Ace. It like explains to you all the rules of baseball that you've been too bored to understand. Baseball at the very surface is a very boring sport, but actually like every single goddamn second of a game, there's something going on. There's so many mind games, so much strategy involved. It is such a beautifully intelligent game. that I got into it, and then I unironically started watching like real baseball after watching that anime. So I'm a Dodgers fan because I'm from LA. But I don't even want to talk about the Dodgers 2023 season. I can't think about it. But I was like trying to find literature on baseball, and The Art of Fielding by Chad Harbach. I don't know where I found the recommendation. I think I was literally just Googling like good books for people who are into baseball. Libby had a copy and there was no wait line, but I got bored like 2 minutes in. So I think I need a physical copy to read, but I am very, very much excited that I have this. I was surprised that I found it. I don't think this is a very mainstream book. Blah, 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 baseball stuff. As the season counts down to its climactic final game, these 5 are forced to confront their deepest hopes, anxieties, and secrets. In the process, they forge new bonds and help one another find their true paths. The Art of Fielding is an expansive, warm-hearted novel about ambition and its limits, about family and friendship and love, and about commitment to oneself and to others. Dude, baseball is so deep. It's so good. So I'm very, very much excited. The Art of Fielding. And it's like a well-loved copy, so that just makes my heart very warm. I'm very excited to sink my teeth into this. Someone tell me to read this goddamn book. Someone convince me, because I tried to listen to the audiobook in the pandemic, and the main character, what's her name? Nora pissed me off so bad that I could not stand her, so I DNF'd. A lot of my friends are like, no, you should try again, so I don't know, for $1, it's a copy. But I don't know, like, why is it so hard for me to... I love books with unlikable characters, I do. I think they're the most interesting people to read about, but this bitch was just annoying. I couldn't stand her. I've heard it's cliche, I don't know. What do you guys think? Someone tell me to read it, please. I picked up The Humans of New York by Brandon Stanton. This is the guy who runs the Humans of New York Instagram page. God, that page is one of the most interesting corners of the internet. I absolutely love it. I think it's the speech and debate nerd in me, but I love hearing people's stories, hearing people's life stories, just hearing people talk and share their insights and wisdom. It's almost like I like reading. He finds the kookiest, most humble, beautiful, tragic people. So I just thought I could not pick this up. It's like a good coffee table book. And then my last book, holy moly. Feast your eyes on this monster. Can you believe that I found To Paradise at a used book sale in February of 2023? This book retails for $32.50. I got it for one single smackaroo. That makes me so happy. Yeah, I think this came out in late 2022, so it's a fairly new book. I'm not going to mispronounce their name. I'm not going to be an asshole. I know that they wrote A Little Life. I bought A Little Life full price at Target, so I purchased it, and I was like, wait, people are saying this is literally, this is like trauma dumping. It's like traumatic. And so I read not just the synopsis, I read like a full spoiler smackdown of what the book was, and I immediately donated it. There's absolutely no way anyone could pay me. Oh, well, if I got paid to read it, I think I would. But since I'm doing this shit for free, I'm not gonna read that. It sounded awful and traumatic and horrifying and gross. It didn't really sound like something that was at all up my alley. It sounds like their writing is amazing. $1, there's no way. Objectively, this is a steal. The cover is beautiful. It has like embossed little bees all over, and I think that's just so stunning. That's my last pickup. Just being surrounded by books makes me so happy, and the fact that I could find them, this entire stack was $10. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. This makes me so happy.
Oh, God.